I'm Jeff Fuerst from Philadelphia Weekly. This is Jordan. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about the internship program at Philadelphia Weekly. Basically, we have a team of about 15 to 20 interns. And what those interns do, their main job, is fact-checking and research. So what is fact-checking? Fact-checking is a process that we put all of our articles through. From the smallest 100-word live show preview to the longest 5,000-word cover story. And what it is you're going through the articles at a certain stage of its editing, going through it piece by piece, point by point, fact by fact, checking everything. Now as you're checking for two things. You're checking number one to make sure that everything is accurate, obviously. But you're checking number two to make sure that we have a consistent way of determining that all those things are accurate. Which means learning how to evaluate sources and learning how to tell if a source is reliable or not. Because for every fact that you go to check, you're going to find one thing that says that it's right, you're going to find another thing that says that it's wrong, then you find a third thing that says something else entirely. And what we need to do is be able to reconcile all of that and say, okay, which one of these is the most reliable source, which one of these is the most accurate. So it's a lot of independent work, doing research on both the internet and on telephone. Chances are you're going to be reading everything the author read, talking to everybody the author talked to, more or less retracing the author's steps. And to do this, and to do it well, it takes two sort of highly specialized skills. One is you got to have just a hawk's eye for detail. That means being able to spot a missing hyphen or a miscapitalized letter 50 yards out. The other thing that you need to be able to do, though, is have some ingenuity and some creativity when it comes to doing research. So, you might be driving at one particular fact really hard for a really long time and just not getting anywhere with it. And so you need to be able to step back and say, okay, how am I going to come at this from a different angle? How am I going to come at this from the back door? But if you can do those two things and you can do them well, then you're going to be a really good fact checker. Doing this, you're going to be working with the writers a lot. Oftentimes they've given you materials all the materials that they use to write the article. And what's cool about it is you really get to see from a first-hand perspective how it is that articles are put together, from the literal nuts and bolts of the thing to the final finished product. So that's sort of fact-checking in a nutshell. And we also have a few listings interns who work with our listings editor on updating and entering and maintaining the listings section. And that includes everything from music to clubs to theater, art, yoga workshops, book lectures, pretty much everything under the sun. Let me say a couple words about, we have an intern mentorship program. And what it is it's a program whereby each intern is paired up with a specific member of the staff. And that person is just sort of your first point of contact. It's somebody to pitch story ideas to, someone to ask questions to, anything that you want. That person is basically just there at your disposal for you to use as you need. We also have a series of intern lunches which happen every couple of weeks, where basically all the interns come in and a couple of staff members come in, and it's a chance to sort of get to know the staff members better, learn sort of how they got to where they are, the various journalistic paths they took, and also what it is that they do, what their lives are like on a daily basis. So you really get a chance to learn about the staff and to get to know people on a personal level. Let me also say a couple words about writing, because most folks come in and the first thing they want to know is, will I get a chance to write? Will I get a chance to get published clips? The short answer is yes, absolutely, those opportunities definitely exist. But the longer answer is that you need to be the one to create those opportunities for yourself. Nobody's going to come to you and say, okay, Jordan, we need an article on horse racing, and you're just the one to write it. You need to be the one to come up with the article idea and pitch it to the appropriate editor and follow up with that editor. That said, a lot of people do that, and a lot of interns will end up writing articles and get things published and walk out with a big fat stack of clips, and that's great. So that's basically the Philadelphia Weekly Internship Program in a nutshell. This is Jordan and Jeff Fuerst signing off. Look forward to seeing you soon.